Hello everyone. Today I am here with the part 11 of history chapter number 3, nationalism in India. Dear student, in previous few lecture we discussed about non-cooperation movement. The meaning of non-cooperation movement, the beginning of non-cooperation movement with the support of Khilafat movement, and even we discuss how different social group participated in non-cooperation movement. Today our topic of discussion is towards civil disobedience. Dear student, in February 1992, Mahatma Gandhi decided to withdraw the non-cooperation movement. Mr. Gandhi called off non-cooperation movement in February 1922. The movement was started in January 1921. So here the question is, why Mahatma Gandhi called off non-cooperation movement? The reason is that a Chauri Chora, a village in Gorakhpur, a peaceful demonstration in Bazar turned into violent clash with the police. Hearing of the incident, Mahatma Gandhi call of non-cooperation movement. Dear student, this is Chauri Chora, very important event of Indian freedom struggle for the map purpose. We had already discussed about Jallianwala Bagh. It is also a famous, actually it is also important for the map. So Chauri Chora, a village in Gorakhpur district of Uttar Pradesh. A peaceful demonstration of the people took violent form. An angry crowd set fire the policemen and 22 policemen were burned down. Hearing about this incident, Mahatma Gandhi decided to call off non-cooperation movement. Even at many places, non-cooperation movement turned into violent form. So Gandhiji decided to call off non-cooperation movement in February 1922 after the incident of Chauri Chora. So Chauri Chora is a village in Gorakhpur district of Uttar Pradesh. He felt the movement was turning violent in many places and Satyagrahis needed to be properly trained before they would be ready for mass struggle. Within the Congress, some leaders were by now tired of mass struggle and wanted to participate in election to the provincial council that had been set up by the Government of India Act of 1919. Gandhiji called up the movement. So he wanted to train all the Satyagrahis for the mass struggle. And even in Congress, many leaders, they were tired of this mass struggle, and many of them, they wanted to participate in council election. They felt that it was important to oppose British policies within the within the council, argue for reform, and also demonstrate that these councils were not truly democratic. As I told you, many leaders they want to participate in council election, so they believe that They can oppose British policies within the council and demand for the reform. And even they also declared that these councils were not truly democratic. C.R. Das means Chittaranjan Das and Motilal Nehru forms the Swaraj party within the Congress to argue for a return to council politics. So there was a disagreement among some of the Congress leaders. So the moderate leader like Chittaranjan Das and Motilal Nehru, they form Swaraj party within the Congress. Very important question, short question. Who formed the Swaraj party within the Congress? So C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru, they form a Swaraj party. But younger leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose praised for more radical mass agitation and for full independence. One side, C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru, they wanted to participate in council election, and they form a Swaraj party within the Congress. On the other hand, radical, aggressive leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose, they demand for radical mass agitation, and even they demanded for full independence of our country. In such a situation of internal debate and dissension, two factors again shaped Indian politics towards late 1920s. So as we discussed that there was a situation of internal debate and dissension. Dissension means disagreement among the Congress leader. Two factors shaped Indian politics in 1920. Might they can ask you, what are the two factors shaped Indian politics in late 1920? Or might they can ask after non-cooperation movement? The first was the effect of worldwide economic depression. Agriculture prices began to fall from 1926 and collapsed after 1930 as the demand for agriculture goods fell and export declined. Peasants found it difficult to sell their harvest and pay their revenue. By 1930, the countryside was in turmoil. First factor which shaped Indian politics after 1920, late 1920, it was the effect of worldwide economic depression. This worldwide economic depression, it was started in 1929 and lasted for 1932. In this worldwide economic depression situation, agriculture prices falling down. Even there was a reduction in the demand of agriculture product. Farmers, peasants, they were not able to sell their product, and because of it, they were not able to pay their revenue. So by 1930, whole countryside was in turmoil, in confusion. They face very difficult economical situation. So the first factor which shaped Indian politics after late 1920, it was the effect of worldwide economic depression. Second one, against the background, a new Tory government in Britain constituted a statutory commission under Sir John Simon. Set up in response to the nationalist movement, the commission was to look into the functioning of the constitutional system in India and suggest changes. Second factor which shaped Indian politics after 1920, it was the arrival of Simon Commission in India. Now, what was the Simon Commission? Actually, the Tory government in Britain, they formed a statutory commission under the leadership of Sir John Simon. And the aim of this Simon Commission to look into functioning of constitutional system in India and suggest changes. So, Tory government of Britain, they form one commission under the leadership of Sir John Simon, and this commission was known as Simon Commission. Why they sent this commission to India? They sent Simon Commission with the intention of to bring changes in the constitutional system of our country. The problem was the commission did not have a single Indian member, they were all British. But the problem of Simon Commission was that the Simon Commission had all British members. Actually, this commission was set up for functioning of constitutional system in India and to bring changes in Indian constitution. But they did not include any single Indian member. So that's why Indian people, the leader of freedom struggle of India, they strongly oppose Simon Commission. Why Indian leader and people oppose Simon Commission? Because the commission was for Indian constitution to bring changes in constitutional system of India, but they did not include any single Indian member in the commission. So that's why the leader and the people of India strongly oppose Simon Commission. When the Simon Commission arrived in India in 1928, it was greeted with the slogan, "Go back Simon." When Simon Commission arrived in India, Indian people greeted Simon Commission with the slogan, "Go back Simon." Means they did not want this commission to bring constitutional changes for Indian system. All parties, including the Congress and the Muslim League, participated in demonstration. And all party, Congress, even Muslim League, they all come together and they strongly oppose Simon Commission. So these are the two factors which shaped Indian politics after late 1920. First one, the effect of worldwide economic depression. And second one was the arrival of Simon Commission for constitutional changes in India. With this, I would like to conclude my today's lecture. We will meet again very soon with the remaining parts of the chapter. Thank you very much for your cooperation.